As a loyal ASICS Nimbus runner, switching things up to the Novablast 4 felt like a bit of a gamble, but after 300 kilometers, I keep reaching for them again and again. Today, I'm going to share my personal thoughts about these shoes. Let's get into it. As I like to start all of my shoe reviews, how exactly I decided to use the Novablast 4s. Now, I picked these up just before starting my Tokyo Marathon training and decided to use these mainly for a lot of my easy mileage through the week, where I just needed to swap out of something that wasn't the Nimbus 26s that I was using at the time. So I would usually pick these up on two occasions during the training week. On Monday, when I had a 10-kilometer easy recovery run scheduled after my weekend long run, and then on the Friday, where I was doing between 12 to 16 kilometers, as again, another moderate kind of absorption run leading into my long run on the Saturday. And post Tokyo Marathon, I still find the Novablast 4s are almost a go-to shoe that I'm picking up on very much any occasion really, seemingly replacing my Nimbus kind of recovery max cushion shoe that I use for a majority of those easy miles. Similar to car world analogies, I guess, this is pretty much my daily trainer option that I go for. Another bonus is my full length custom orthotic does fit inside the shoe, and this is one of my runners that I find that I actually get no case of the squeaks in, which is really nice. So I can do a bit more stealth rather than squelch when passing either non-runners or runners as I'm out there. From time to time, I'll feel good in an easy run and decide to push home the last few kilometers. Finding the Novablast 4s have handled it pretty well. While they're not as aggressive as your Superblast 2s, I find this is a good medium between the Superblast and my very plush Nimbus 26s that I was using. When first thinking about the Novablast 4s, I had to really admire the design of the shoes themselves too, and I managed to pick them up in a pretty sweet colorway too. I think these are the Novablast 4s Light Show editions, if I recall correctly. They very much stand out in comparison to the wealth of shoes out there on the market today, and yeah, do love the aggressive look to them. But is it all just looks with the Novablast 4s? Now, I'll admit, these are the first pair that I've actually purchased and used for over 300 kilometers now, and I'll admit, they are quite a comfy shoe to use and I've never really had any issues. The only downfall that I can really point out here is, again, you can't really rely on these if you're looking at doing any quality sessions at speed too. I feel like this is very much in that daily kind of trainer category here in terms of the running shoes. The shoe itself ran true to size for me in my 10.5 US and really never found any hot spots that would pop up during my runs at all. So I felt like it was quite a good fit for my foot. Longevity wise, they are holding up pretty well, but as I was reading online on a few of the Reddit forums and even some YouTube reviews, I do find the grip at the bottom on the outer sole is wearing rather quickly in comparison to a lot of my other shoes. Like if we have a good look at the forefoot there, you can really notice it's starting to decline, and I'm trying to get it best to autofocus, but it's not doing it. Yeah, just one key note that I have experienced in these. I know they released a trail version of the shoe where I think there was a bit of extra grip on the outer sole, and potentially have been a better option too, so something to consider out there, but I haven't used the trail versions to actually comment and provide advice on that. I do enjoy the thicker cushioning of the shoe too, especially as I'm starting to ramp up mileage during a marathon training build. While these aren't as plush as the Nimbus, I do find the FF Blast Plus Eco provides a much punchier experience when out there. To round off this section of the video, the only two real downfalls that I've found using the Novablast 4s after 300 kilometers now are the fact that the outer sole seems to wear a bit quicker than a lot of other shoes in my current lineup, as well as not being able to quite rely on these for any of my quality sessions during the week as a solely daily kind of trainer. So now, would I recommend the Novablast 4s for fellow runners out there? Now, these are definitely getting the Jack Runs Chockey of approval and saying yes. For the looks, obviously a massive 5 out of 5, particularly for this colorway. In terms of the run quality, giving that a 4 out of 5. And even for price, giving that a solid 4 out of 5 too. Now, I believe I picked these up for 240 Australian dollars, and if the price is different, I'll leave a little note up here on the screen now. But overall, such a quality shoe that I feel like can really add a lot of benefits to a runner's shoe rotation. I feel like the Novablast 4s are for a runner looking at adding an additional daily trainer to their running shoe rotation that isn't quite a max cushion shoe. Now, I feel like the foam in the Novablast 4s, the FF Blast, is a bit more punchier than your Nimbus 25s, 26s, 27s that I've used previously. It doesn't feel like you're running on clouds, and it also provides a bit more of a fun running experience when you're out there. Also perfect for a runner who is currently using the ASICS ecosystem of shoes on the lineup, but also looking for, that more fun experience compared to your Kayanos or your Nimbus. So there we have it, friends. My thoughts on the ASICS Novablast 4s. Such a fun shoe that I've added to my shoe rotation and continue to use as I train for my 5th marathon now. I hope you found my thoughts, feelings, and opinions on the shoes insightful. And if you are keen on checking out some more shoes that I've used previously, you may like a couple of these that I've got here on the screen now. I'm Jack, and I'll see you next time. Catch up.